Morning, everyone. Today, we're going to talk about a topic of growth. What growth is, or what growth do you think growth is? Well, this is another thing. We always hear from people like, I want to grow. So and so is not grown enough for me. So and so is not matured enough to do this and that. What is growth? How do you see that you have grown? How do you measure your growth? What comes with growth? What are the pros and cons of growth? As for me, you see, this thing, when I thought about it before in my early days, I was like, okay, to grow is to have a house, a car, a family. Well, I've seen a lot of people with those things, but they are not grown. Well, maybe that's according to my standard. Maybe people out there, for them it's growth. Let me explain this topic of growth for me, on my perspective. Growth is doing something more than you did yesterday. More growth is pushing one more step. Growth is letting go of the beliefs, or rather, seeing or opening your mind on the different perspectives of the world. You see, before I used to think, okay, this is me. I'm a fixed trait. I'm like this person, or so and so. Only to find out that I was not allowing growth. Only to find out that me saying this is me and you cannot change me, I was stopping growth. Well, growth is letting go of what you think you know and letting in new information. Growth requires you to do things even if you do not feel like doing them. You set a goal, not every day you're going to feel like doing it. Some of the days you're going to be discouraged. I started this 6 days ago. Not everything was okay, like, okay, no. Some days I was like, not today. This thing is not going anywhere. As soon as it is, we're not even anywhere. But I was like, why am I doing this? I'm not going to get through a lot of people. My lizard brain took over. My scary thoughts took over. But now, because of this growth, I told myself that, okay, you know what? This is how we grow. This is how we move from point A to point B. It's not like moving from point A to point B. It's moving from a dot to another dot. There's a whole lot of things happening in between. There's a whole lot of challenges in between point A and point B. There's a whole lot of negativities like Kanda, which tells you, you know what? This is not worth it. People are just going to view and not do anything. People are not just going to do anything, nothing. They're just going to criticize you. They're just going to tell you what you're doing wrong. You know what? That's a part of growth. Instead of saying, why me? Say, try me. I dare you, try me. When you do things, you set a vision, you set a goal. You almost not going to feel like doing it because it becomes work. But you grow. You grow from pushing your mind into negativity to positivity. Growth requires, again, to do new things. We see our relationship failing. We see our businesses failing because we think this is it. like religion. This is written in stone. This we cannot change. But what happens? Business, the environment changes. The dynamics changes. But you fixed in this thing that, okay, I'm not going to change. I'm like this, and this is my niche. Comes competition with a little bit of tweaks in technology, they take over. In a relationship, this is what happens. You find someone, you're new into this relationship, everything is like, okay, everything is happy, honeymoon phase. You take each other out, you make each other laugh. When the real problems and your real relationship comes into play, you ask yourself, is this the person I fell in love with? This is where you have to understand. This is where you have to mature enough to know that in this phase we're going through, in this thing called life we're going through together, we're going to grow together. We're going to see things in a different perspective because we come from different backgrounds. We come from different mindset and different cultures. There are people, I used to be one of them, with fixed mindset, where I tell myself that, okay, me, I'm this person. You cannot tell me this is how I am. When you try and make me see things in a different perspective, I will tell you that, no, do not impose your thoughts on me. However, it made me think, it made me feel insecure. But now, I'm open to everything. This is just a snippet. I'm sure we're going to come back at this topic with more researched information. As we grow in this channel, things start coming, new information start flowing in. Like today, I was told, yesterday, sorry, rather, one of the people told me that, okay, in order to do a correct lighting, you stand near a light and the light should reflect your face. And that's why you get a quality video. This is how we grow. Make sure you grow every day. It's not easy, but it's worth it. I thank you.